Good afternoon YouTubers, and welcome back to the David Swordplay channel. Now I've just received a little present for the V85tt, a K&N air filter, so we're going to fit that this afternoon. And I just thought I'd make a little video about fitting the filter, because it's a little tricky, but it's not really, it's just applying a bit of logic to the procedure. So without further ado, let's crack on and we'll run through the stages of what we need to do to fit the K&N filter. So the first stage is to take the seat off, which is easily enough done. Just put the key in the back below the tail light and lift the seat up and off it comes. Dead easy. Let's just put that out of the way. And now we've got to take the little tool tray out of the way and these two side panels off here, so we can get at the clips for the air filter casing. So that's what we're going to do next. So the old 4mm Allen key, and we're just going to crack these two screws off to take the tool tray out of the way. Now the thing you've got to watch when you're taking the tool tray out is it's got two little connectors which are mounted on the tool tray, so you just need to disconnect those and make sure they're out of the way when you're pulling the tool tray out. So just take those two Allen screws off and we just lift that up, pop these off. They're just sort of pushed down onto a little clip. So there's one off, and the one on the other side just pull off like that, and then you just pull off the tray and pull it out. It's quite simple. Got all my tools in there now. As you can see now, you can see the clips on the top of the air filter. Just let me put this tool tray down. You can see we've got the clips on the top of the air filter here. I don't know if you can see them. I'll just move the camera forward so you can. There's two here, one there, and there's also two down the side. So we need to take these side panels off. Now the two bolts on either side, and then it's pushed into a little rubber grommet, so you should be able to get those off quite easy. We'll try that now, and then it looks like we're going to have to take the battery off to be able to move this air filter back far enough. So we'll crack on with that. So I'm going to undo these screws here. And just pull it out of the rubber grommet at the bottom and just slide them out. So there's one. Put them somewhere safe. So I've got the two side panels off, and we're now just going to disconnect the battery. So always do the earth side first, which is the black lead. I've got a couple of little connectors on there as well, so make sure that you get them well out of the way. I always put the screw back in the battery so I don't lose it. So make sure that earth is well out of the way and it's not going to hit the lead, the battery, when you're taking the red positive side off. So we pull that back and disconnect the positive side. Okay, so we just lift the battery out like so. It's quite a heavy little beast. Okay, so you can see the side clips here. There's one in exactly the same position on the other side. I'll just show you. It's under all this lot here. You can just see it. You have to try and flick it off. You can move this out of the way, but I tend to try and do it without taking that off. So let's crack on and drop those clips off. So we just need a screwdriver, and we just get your screwdriver under the end of the clip and just push them up like that, the same as the side one, the same thing. If you can get into it, it's a bit tricky, but it's easy enough to do. There you go. And going around the other side. Well, this one's a bit fiddly. You can actually get at it, you can feel it with your finger, so you know where to stick your screwdriver in. I have to use my long screwdriver for this one, I think. So it's just down there, and we just need to flick it off. I need to get a torch so I can see where it's going to. And there it is, you can see now. And just flick it, and there we go. Now just got to jiggle and wiggle this cover out of the way. And it comes out. Just going to make lots of wires in this area. So here we go, and there we have it. This is the air filter. It's relatively clean because it's reasonably new, but I'm going to replace it anyway. So let's crack on. We've got some Phillips screws to undo so we can remove the old air filter. So here we have the new K&N filter. I'll just try and do this one-handed. This is what we're going to fit in here. A little bit more free-flowing, as you can see. So what we need to do is undo these 4 Phillips screws here, 5 sorry, and pull the old air filter out. So we'll crack on with that, and then I'll show you replacing with the new filter. Okay, so we've undone the 5 retaining screws on this little plastic holder, so we pull that off and we just lift out the old air filter. As you can see, it's a little bit dirty because we've just done a big trip abroad. But what we need to do now is clean the inside of the filter housing before we put the the new filter in. So I'll get back to you in a second after I've cleaned this filter housing out. Okay, so we've cleaned the filter holder out. As you can see, we've now we're taking the K&N filter out of its cellophane wrapping, and we're sticking that actually into the hole. It's easy fit, and then we just need to replace the cover, which goes on there, and that's the job done really. We just put the screws back in and tighten them up. Okay, so there's the filter fitted in the housing, all the Phillips screws done up. It's best to do them up diagonally and then tighten that one up at the end, so you know that the filter's gone down nice and square. And now we're going to refit it to the bike. If you're interested in the number for the filter, it's on the box here. It's MG1315, and I got this filter from a company called Cal Sports on eBay. Now the lifetime filters are a lot more expensive than the standard air filter, but they last for the life of the bike. In fact, you can clean them and re-oil them, so it's a worthwhile benefit. The lots are more free flowing, so you should find that the engine breathes a little better. So we'll crack on now, fit it back to the bike. It's just a reverse procedure of taking it out. All I can say to you is just be very careful when you're putting the battery back on. Connect the live feed first and keep the earth out of the way. Then reconnect the earth and rebuild the bike, reverse to what you did to take off the panels. One thing I should mention before you put the filter back in, you get this little sticker here in the box. I recommend that you put it on, so if you ever take your bike in for service and before they throw your K&N air filter out, which is quite expensive, I'd stick the sticker on the air filter cover so that they know you've got a K&N filter in there. Now when you're putting the filter back in, you can see there's two little brackets here that slot into the bottom of the air filter casing that's attached to the Venturi, so you need to make sure that those are located before you try and get the clips on. The bottom bit, as you can see, the two lugs down there, if I can just get the camera, you can see the two bottom lugs at the bottom of the air filter there. Not easy to see, but I'll put this in and then we'll try and reposition the camera so you can actually see the lug. So we've now got the filter back in, as you can see. Just make sure that these little air intakes here are not blocked. So there we are, YouTubers, everything back together. I'll just show you a quick shot of the... So just have a quick look at this. So the only thing you've got to watch for is trapping wires. There's a lot of wires around the air filter. Just make sure you don't trap any of those. And again, like I say, live lead on first and then the earth on your battery. And once again, I would say, if you're not confident doing this kind of work, it's a relatively simple procedure. Please get somebody who knows what they're doing to do it for you. Don't risk any electrical fires on your bike because you made a silly mistake. So quite easy to do. Anybody with a bit of DIY experience on motorbike should be able to change this air filter relatively easily. So this is David Swordplay saying I hope you find this video useful. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next video.